Hey everyone. No one's waiting. That's all good. I just posted that I was going to go live, so I'll just wait for you guys to come in. Oh, am I late? Yeah, I'm late for my stream. Anyways, I went live last week while I applied my makeup and answered some of your questions because you guys put so many questions in the comments that I can't always answer them all at once. So anyways, if you are here, let me know your name and where you're from. And I'm just gonna do my makeup so I can shoot another YouTube video right after this. So let me try to think off the top of my head. Hello there, how are you? Thank you for joining. And thank you guys so much. It's been an exciting week. I hit 5,000 subscribers. I hit over 5,000 subscribers. I hit 5,200. So currently my life is 100% consumed with YouTube. It's kind of fun and kind of exhausting at the same time, but I love it. You guys keep me totally motivated. Okay, so I'm trying to think of the questions that have been popping up, and one of them was, and I did address this in a video this week, about how to take care of the bags. A lot of the YouTubers are suggesting something called Apple Guard or like Carbon Guard, but from Louis Vuitton itself, like we do not suggest, there is nothing suggested that you actually put on the bag to protect it. So be very careful when you're putting aftercare products on your bag, or like aftermarket products, like any kind of guard or spray. Oh, somebody told me, one of my viewers told me that she had put like a water resistant, something to make the Vegeta water resistant. And what actually ended up happening was, whatever the thing was, it was like a cream or a liquid, it pooled in the portion of the Vegeta that had the Louis Vuitton logo. So it actually made it look kind of soft and blurry. So she wrote me and said that was not a good decision to do. Okay, anyhow, I see you guys in here, but am I not seeing the questions? Live chat, all messages are visible. Okay, there we go. Hello, Celia. Oh, that's what I had to turn on. I had to turn on the chat. So this is my second live. I'm kind of just winging it, and because it was kind of fun last week. And if you guys enjoy it, I will keep doing it. So y'all let me know in the comments. Okay, what else? Or should I just be quiet and put on my makeup? Men's evening bags. It was fun and very productive. Oh, thank you. Men don't carry evening bags. I'm not understanding the question. Men's evening bags. Well, hello. Oh, hey, hella, thank you so much. Oh, hella this, hella that. I have to ask you something, because like this is not me being greedy. You sent me a super sticker last week, which I love, appreciate. So apparently super chats, YouTube takes 30%, and super stickers, they take 51%. I don't know what the difference is, but I was like, I'm sure my viewers don't want 51% going to YouTube. But thank you. Hey, I was at Phil's Coffee like 3 weeks ago. They do have the best coffee. Okay, back to the question. There is a clutch that men carry, a certain ethnicity of men like to carry, and it's there's a Toiletry 26, like in the Damier Graffiti, that men do. The boy band show was so fun. So yeah, men like to carry clutches too, but I don't know about evening bag. I don't know what, I guess men should have purses too, since you carry your phone and your wallet and stuff. The boy band show. It was so fun. Did you see? Oh, you didn't see it on my you got to see it on my Instagram. My Instagram is Dial Style, the same as here, and I posted the whole show. I'm gonna have to like put it in my highlights. Thank you so much. Loved you guys being here. Gonna have to post my highlights. It was Nick Carter and AJ, Joey Vuitton from NSYNC, and Wanye from Backstreet. Oh no, Boys to Men. So it was like this medley. They did a medley of all their songs, and it was so fun. So they were doing a test pilot to see if they're going to continue for like a residency. Okay, so I saw a question. What do I do for work now? I'm a makeup artist. I'm an esthetician, and I do eyelashes. I do wedding makeup, which is why I started my YouTube videos trying to do makeup, and I didn't know what to do about YouTube. I wasn't connecting. So anyways, that's what I've been doing for a while. And when I took my job at Louis Vuitton, it was kind of like, I just want to try something different. But you know what I find I like about that aspect. I wish I was in Florida too. I'm due for a trip to Miami, one of my favorite places to visit. Okay, what I find about Louis Vuitton, right? So like if you saw my latest video about the hidden gems, and I was talking about the Spring Street bag that had 3 different materials. So in a past career too, I was in the sneaker industry, and that was my job, to put together colors and materials. So with makeup too, I put together like colors and textures, and I was like, oh, this is why I'm good at this. But that was the aspect missing, is that people didn't want to put a whole outfit together. They just wanted a bag. I would hand them the bag and kind of look at their outfit and the hair and makeup. I'm like, we gotta, you know, make this all work. But it was a quick transaction, and I honestly, like, compared to the makeup industry and cosmetics, people were interested in that, in like letting me give them their personal touch, so the whole package looks good. So anyways, that's my like main thing here. I work on like brides, bat mitzvahs, all kinds of things here, but I also give makeup lessons. Pensacola and Panama City, I've not been to those places. I've only been to Miami a couple of times. There's a particular hotel I love. It's called One Hotel. That's right there on the beach. Just walk in there like you own the place. The question is, what do you suggest for someone nervous to walk into an LV store? Just walk in there like you own the place, because no matter what, they're gonna judge you anyways. But like anybody can walk in there. I've had people ask me that too, of like, I'm so nervous to walk in there. And particularly where I live, it's like when you go to the mall, I feel like I have to be dressed up, but I always seem to be running errands and in my yoga clothes. So no one pays much attention to me anyways. Hey Joe, thank you. But the funny thing is, when I was in Las Vegas for my birthday, and it was my friend that wanted to buy Louis Vuitton. Know what you want before walking in. That's a good one. So it was my friend who was interested in buying, and we both walked in together, and the salesperson was following me, and I wanted to tell him, like, I'm not gonna buy anything. Not gonna buy anything. I kept telling him my friend wants to look at bags. Then I realized she was wearing yoga clothes, and I had my Louis Vuitton espadrilles and my Chanel bag, but I was like, I'm not gonna buy anything. So, but anyways, I mean, don't let that stop you. Just have an idea, like what Hella that said. Have an idea of what you want. Don't just ask for all the bags, but have an idea of what you're looking for. It really does help to do some internet research too. Because sometimes like you might think you want something, and when you get to the store, you'll see something else that, you know, then you're like, okay, well, which one do I want? So think about what fits your lifestyle, what kind of bag, or I don't know, it doesn't have to be a bag. because as you know, Louis Vuitton has more than bags. They have shoes, ready to wear, perfumes, all kinds of stuff. But I know it can be intimidating, and honestly, as long as you're a nice person, it's not a big deal. As long as you're a nice person and have a good attitude, because it's always the posers and the posers, like the people who feel like they have to prove something. Those are the ones with a bad attitude. Like, I don't want to wait. Why don't you have what I want? Kind of like demanding and unreasonable. Okay, so whether that person is spending $5,000 or $50, it's like, we just prefer customers, or, prefer when customers are understanding. So I hope that answers your question. So have an idea of what you want and go early, because the store, tends to get very crowded. Excuse me, I need a tissue. Oops, just heard me kick over something. Okay, I'm curious though, what else do you guys want to hear from me? Oh, did I answer your question? You're welcome. That was a good question. Okay, so on the schedule this week, I have some other shows in the works, and this time after this one, Celia, it's totally okay to replace your SA, because my viewers write that too, of like, I'm just not getting along with my SA. So if you want to replace them, it's okay. I know it's kind of awkward, but that has happened to me too, where I will be helping someone and then the next time they come in, they don't come back to me. And there's different reasons for that. Some people just don't know to go back to the same CA, or some find they want a different CA, and you can't take it personally. They can't take it personally. It's just like, I had one coworker who was really good at this. He would just say, well, not all customers are meant for you. Like, there's customers meant for you. I think I've said that before too. So I hope that helps. And it's also okay to have a few, because I remember that too. There were customers that they would be looking for another CA and she wouldn't be there. So she would come back to me and like, oh, I really like you too, so I'm gonna purchase this one from you. So when when the other gal wasn't there, she bought from me. Because honestly, if I wasn't there, there was nothing I can do about it. Like, that person would have to come back. But like, I had some clients that were driving over an hour. So if they didn't make an appointment, I didn't know they were coming, or if they just like made an impromptu trip, there's nothing you can do. So it's totally okay. Like, don't worry about it. Lower expectation. Oh gosh, I hate to say that, like, lower your expectations. That is a hard one, because like, CAs, they're all so different. And honestly, working there, some of them do not care about you. A lot of them do not care about you. A lot of them do not know how to build a relationship. And that's the most important thing about the job. That's why I got the job, is that I know how to build a relationship. I mean, I'm practically touching people's eyeballs. So that's what I did before LV, and that's what I do after. So they have to really trust me, which is why I suppose you guys ask me the questions you do, because I can give you an answer. But not everybody cares about their customer in the same way. Don't get me wrong though, there are some that are extraordinary, and I've heard about those too. So it's across the board. There's so many of them, and it's a revolving door. But I have seen in my own store too, like, it's all about building that connection. And also, we know this, some customers just don't even want, they don't want to interact. They don't want to build a connection. They want to be left alone. And then they get mad when they're not being helped. So some of that we can't do anything, just can't do anything about. What did you buy, Celie? Which one did you buy? What idea did you get from me? Have any of you guys bought the perfumes yet? Does anyone own the perfumes? It's kind of my, like kind of one of my favorite things in like the store. I always think of perfumes. They're really delicious, by the way, if you haven't had the chance to try those. So, oh, you have afternoon swim. Cool. I'm gonna like throw a tangent in my channel because the show I want to record after this, like, I guess it has to do with luxury living, but not necessarily Louis Vuitton. I was gonna do a couple episodes about my Model 3. So I don't know if like, is that something, we'll just see if that's something people are interested and on board with. Why are they not as popular? So I guess Louis Vuitton just kind of reintroduced their perfumes in like 2018. Like kind of made it like a public launch thingy. It was existing before, but they didn't really push it. So in like, I believe it was 2018, they like repackaged them and put more emphasis on it. But you're absolutely right, because everybody knows Chanel No. 5. But like everybody knows the Speedy. So it's kind of seems like, well, it's not really the lane of Louis Vuitton. So that would be why. Favorite beach in Socal? It would be, I believe it's called Monarch Bay. Is usually the one I go to on weekdays because going to the beach here is crazy. Yes, they've had perfumes for a long time, but like I said, nobody knew about them. And I don't know too much of the history. Like when I worked there, they were literally just kind of still in their baby phase of this relaunch because there were only 6 of them. 6, or I think like 6 women's and 5 men, but now there's a whole lot more. So they weren't really pushing it before. But when I worked there, they were pushing it pretty hard. We had to sell 20 perfumes each every month. And I was a superstar at that. I was doing like 30 each. And also the commission on the perfumes at the time, I'm sure they've lowered it by now. The commission on the perfumes was 4%, where, you know, the canvas commission is 0.1. I like the Meteor as well. I like the Meteor, and I like the, there's a new one in the men's collection. I forget what it's called, but it's a blue, it's a blue bottle, and it smells like cinnamon. So you guys, is this a good time to go live? Because I was kind of waiting. Or it's like, oh, should I go earlier? I try to do all my Sunday things. Imagine, yes, that's it. Thank you, Celie. Oh, Celia. Sorry, there's a Celia and a Celie, so I just got you guys confused. Oh, hey, Edward, how are you? Okay, so I remember Edward because you were the one that bought the multi-pochette, and you were asking me about the differences. Okay, and I saw somebody's video really picking apart the differences, and in my opinion, it was a little too nitpicky, because here's the thing. If you ask me to sew a dress, and then ask the person next to me to sew a dress, like, it's gonna be pretty similar, but if you're gonna be like, look at this stitch and look at this stitch, which is what some Louis Vuitton customers do, And if you're to that point of obsession, sometimes I just want to say, like, don't buy the bag. Just don't buy it. It's going to drive you crazy, counting every single thing that you think is perceived wrong. But if it's like, if your bag is not functioning and falling apart, that's one thing. So you're going to see these differences no matter what. So most canvases are now made in the US. What else? The ones that are made in France or Spain, they still do come through, but the ones that are made in France and Spain, you're most likely to get them in the US. Hey, Randolph. Yeah, some go through with a magnifying glass. And at that point, Randolph, you work for the company, right? The stitches came broke. Ah, see, you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have done that. Just like, I don't know. Sometimes you have to put in your head, like, you're going to use the thing. Yeah, some go with a magnifying glass. And I sometimes I want to say, like, do you buy a car and expect to drive it and you never get a scratch on it ever? So it's a little, hello. You know, it's a little obsessive. And when you obsess like that, I'm like, man, these guys can't even enjoy. If you have the money to buy a Louis Vuitton, you should just enjoy it. So, and not nitpick it to death, because then you're not going to enjoy. But I just wonder too, I'm like, what else do you nitpick in your life? Here's the thing, like, nothing is going to be perfect. And I have my friend gave me an idea too for an episode, because when we were shopping, she was looking for a Vuitton. She ended up buying a YSL. But she asked me, she's like, are they really handmade? And I was like, no, there's a sewing machine. There's a sewing machine involved. So here's what's funny. Now, they've advertised that each bag takes 48 hours to make. So, okay, I'm guessing back in the day, before it was super commercial and popular, that one artisan made one bag. Okay, but that means it's handmade. There's like no such thing as perfection in straightness of cutting the material and sewing the thing if it is really handmade. So if you really want that perfection, it's gonna be machine made. Doesn't that just make sense to you guys? Not you guys, but to those who are like that critical. When I posted my latest video, the one I posted this morning about the Spring Street, I remember this lady, she called over the phone and she knew that we had it, and she kept asking me to take pictures of the bag. And then every picture she was like, what's that? I would tell her, it's a reflection, because it's a patent bag, it's a reflection. And then she would say, oh, I think the monogram, the flower is not centered in the clasp where it closes. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, yeah, it is. And she, okay, turn it to the side. What's that? I'm like, that's the monogram print on the binding outside of the bag. And every single thing, so every single thing until I think I just decided, I was like, okay, I'm not going to answer anymore, because I don't think it was just too much. Oh, Randolph, you get RTVs. Well, that's a deal. So you recently got a men's infinity tote. That is great. Did they change that so you now get RTVs? Because or is that an RTV that ended up on EOS? I'm just curious, because we didn't have RTVs direct to this, like our RTVs went out, so employees couldn't buy them. But see, I'm on board with that. If it's a little wrinkle and like, hey, you scored, great. Oh, okay. So it did go to EOS. It was something that went to EOS. And I had a friend that bought bought a lot of men's stuff from EOS, and most of it was good. But he did say one time there he bought like a $600 key ball, and it had a scratch all the way through it. Once a year sale for returned items. Oh, okay. See, that we did not have. Thank you, Celia. Thank you guys for getting me over 5,000 subscribers. Like, I'm so blessed because I did not expect to get there like in this amount of time. So I'm like super, super excited about that. Okay, so got Randolph, like what else do you find in your sale? I'm just curious because I still get excited about that, and every now and then I'm like, who can I ask? I ask a friend of mine sometimes, like she'll text me, but I know that she keeps her quota to herself because she buys a lot of stuff. So I wish I bought more things, but at the time, like there really was not much good stuff that popped through. But I think I got like enough. I wish there was more ready to wear that I was attracted to. But no. Like our trainers, they had awesome jackets and stuff, but I never saw those come through. Not like, and it's Southern California. We don't need, they would have like heavy jackets and stuff, but we don't need those. Oh, of course. Oh no, there's never canvas. So, oh, that's cool. Yeah, I gotta tell the audience again, for EOS, which is the employee online store, there is no canvas. There was like an iPhone, an iPad 2 cover that was canvas that was there for a long time. Cause yeah, my friends would ask me that too, of like, can you get me something canvas? I'm like, no, there's not even a belt, like nothing. I cannot remember anything other than the iPad cover that was canvas. Honestly, nothing. I think there was a Palm Springs backpack, a Palm Springs PM, but it had a print on it. So it was one of the limited editions, and someone else had bought it. It just was not a print that I would have purchased. Yeah. So this, everyone thinks I have this closet full of monogram. If I mention I work for Louis Vuitton, they're like, oh, so do you have a lot of bags? Like, no, but you know, actually I really like the clothes that I was able to buy. Do I like Gucci? That's a good question. Okay, there's something that happens when you shop, when you work luxury. So one of my coworkers went from Vuitton to Gucci, actually two of them. And I saw one recently. I'm actually trying to get him on my video. And I was like walking the mall and I saw him in the window at Gucci. I was like, so I went in, lots of exotic shoes. That's cool because I scored a bunch of shoes too. And I'm happier about clothes and shoes than I am having a lot of bags. But anyways, I was like, I mean, I know Gucci's a lower price point too, so it's a little more accessible. So I was walking through, I was like, ooh, that's cool, that's cool. And I started looking at things, and I was looking at a Marmont, and it was 2,000, and then the little mini was 900, and it was like, it doesn't excite me. And he was like, yeah, I know, it doesn't, like, after you're in the environment, it just does not do anything for you. It's not, it's like, whatever. It's a bag. I don't, Randolph, do you feel that way? I don't know. It just become numb to it. I guess, especially knowing like the price that it costs to make. But anyways, about Gucci, I do like some of their pieces. But I'm not one that likes something covered with logos. So I have like my mom's vintage Gucci, which actually I love and I'm happy with it. Oh, let me see that, Celia. Yes, that is true. So let me address that bit. And then somebody else said something. Not impressed by Gucci. Yeah, I'm not that impressed by Gucci either. It's just like, nah. Um, and then Michelle had a question too. But anyways, I have my mom's vintage Gucci, and I feel like that has a lot more design and character than some of the what is it called? The canvas, the Ophidia, I think is what it's called. Yes, I agree with you. I feel like my mom's vintage Gucci has a lot more flavor than some of the newer ones. You scored all the Gucci. Oh, that's right. Gucci has an outlet. So yeah, I would go that way. And I did like Gucci Tom Ford era. And I did like, I'm a fan of Marc Jacobs. But I was not buying up Louis Vuitton at the time. Are there books about Louis Vuitton? Yes, there are actually books in the store, and most of them you have to ask for. Oh, yes, please do, and I'll be sure to check that out. Yeah, so there are plenty of books. There's books on like Vuitton, Louis Vuitton himself, but I'm not sure what type of info you're looking for. Oh, wait, Celia was saying too about, okay, the reason why you don't see canvas in the store and you see leather on the shelves is because they're trying to push leather. But yeah, also there's no way they're getting rid of canvas. It is like 50% of their business. But you know, what they're doing is that they don't want people to go to Chanel and Hermes, so they're trying to just convert the canvas customer of like, buy a Capucines. Here's a Capucines. That was the whole like name of the game. Buy a Capucines, or Twist, or an Empreinte. So Empreinte has been number 2 because it does have the logo embossed all over the bag. Hello, honey tea. Thank you guys for joining. Okay, so what other questions did I miss? Sorry, I can't read them quick enough here. Randolph has a closet full of men's shoes. You know what? Men's shoes, there are quite abundant on the employee website. I did get a friend of mine a couple of shoes, and he was like, "Can you please get me something monogram?" Please. I'm like, sorry. Do you want an iPad 2 cover? Okay, Tom Ford sunglasses are the bomb, but the reason I haven't bought them is because now everybody has them, and I don't like to get things that everyone else has. I don't know why, it's just me. But yeah, my bangs grow out so quickly. My hair grows so quickly. Lucky me. Thank you for noticing. I never know if I have like, well, see, if I want to have bangs or not. Alrighty, well, any other questions? Any other questions on any product or anything? Someone had a question about my daughter. Is she into luxury goods yet? Thank God, no. But she does go through things that I have, and she's like, oh, I like that. Like anything pink I have that's Louis Vuitton. Oh, I like that. Right? So you're just going to like, sometimes I just find her already wearing my clothes. Did I use employee discount for trips? Oh, what do you mean? Rephrase the question. I'm not, were there trips I was supposed to take with my employee discount? Do you mean like going to France? What's the first? Oh, wait. I didn't understand that question either. Rephrase. You don't like everything that everyone else has. Yeah. So honestly, when people come in and they want like the thing that everyone has on social media, and Randolph probably knows this too, it's kind of like, don't you want something else? Because that thing sold out 3 years ago. Oh, we did not have access to that. So that must have changed too. I don't know the discount at Gucci because I don't work there. um, I don't remember that site. I do remember Apple, Moet Hennessy. Um, thank you, Celia. My daughter's 10. So yeah, she's starting to like just put on my clothes. And she knows, oh, she knows. She already claimed the Saint Cloud. She's like, I like this one. But she is not into luxury yet, right? Thank God. But she does like shopping at Nordstrom's. No, Randolph, I don't remember. Oh, thank you. I don't remember that. Where have you traveled? Discounts on hotel and airfare. I get a lot of discounts on hotel and airfare through credit card points. Thank God. That I accumulated most of them 12 years ago when I worked in the sneaker industry. So that's why I put everything on my credit cards. I love Dior, and I love Dior because Kim Jones, who used to design for Louis Vuitton Men, is the head designer for Dior. Oh, you are? Do I ever get tired of luxury? No. But I think I'm going to Vegas too next weekend. Not next weekend, maybe next weekend, next month. I have a few free trips to use. Okay, I guess my idea of luxury is different. I think someone was asking me on my last stream, what's like, do I buy luxury goods? And I kind of don't, because I prefer to spend it on experiences. Like if I'm doing vacations, I like to splurge. And I did just purchase a car this year, so I have to curb it on my shopping, on everything, because like I said earlier, if I want to buy that Spring Street, how many payments is that toward like something I have to pay down? So, or it's like, oh, that's a whole vacation, or that's a whole year of Disney if I wanted to buy Disney passports. So in terms of like luxury things, no, but as far as like up-leveling other things in my environment, experiences in my life, that's where I will like put more money toward like luxury. Randolph, my dream bag. So I just posted a video this morning, and yes, I am in Socal, and I was doing hidden gems, like the bags that I love to show people when I work there that like no one would ever buy. So it popped into my head, the Spring Street. I love that bag. And yeah, it popped into my head. I said on my video, I was like, ooh, maybe at the end of the year, if I hit a big milestone with YouTube, then that's the bag that I want. It's not a bag that a lot of people carry, but what I love about it is the marriage of materials. So it has the vernis, it has the epi leather on the sides, and it has the monogram on the bottom and on the strap and detailed throughout the bag. So I particularly want the black and white one, but I think all of the colors are beautiful. And so, like I said at the beginning, it's like I used to work in footwear merchandising, and that's what I did. I put colors and materials together. So that, I think I said last weekend, I was like, some of these bags I look at and they're like, they're lacking. They just need a little more detail. So I like the Spring Street for that because it's just a unique bag. So I think, yeah, I'm gonna have to put that on my list. That is hard for me though, because you know, after working there and seeing the stuff on EOS, that like, oh, I could pay $600. I don't want to pay $2,000. Yeah, we'll see. But thank you for the super chat. That's a great question. You have a passy. It's a should it be a casual evening bag? What do you mean by casual evening? Like a casual dinner? I think so. What I don't like is that there are people, Randolph experiences this probably every day, who try to use their monograms for weddings. I've seen people carry like a beat up monogram to a wedding, and I'm just like, girl, don't say anything. But it's also just like how I sometimes go to a wedding and I witness the bride's makeup, and I'm like, girl, don't say anything. Okay, so for like, you know, casual outings, like, okay, for example, I'm in Socal. if I'm going to hang out somewhere where it's outdoor, I would totally bring that. It's totally fine. Yeah, it's true. But it's not an evening for a formal occasion. And that's where people get it wrong. They're like, I want to take it to a wedding. And then somebody told me in South Korea, they carry their Montaignes to a wedding. Like, okay, well, I can see that if they only carry it to the wedding, but they don't carry it daytime. So like, I can see that because it's not both. The Neverfulls. How many people do you see carrying the Neverfull pouch to a wedding? And I'm just like, oh girl, you know, it's just better to go to Aldo and buy a $50 clutch, because those are cute, and they say evening and they say outdoor, and it doesn't have to be brand name. And I'm like, I noticed too that there aren't a lot of evening selection from Louis Vuitton anymore. There used to be the Love Note. There used to be, what was the other one called? Oh, I totally forget. The Louise. Randolph, did they replace any of those? So last time I went into the store in Vegas, they were like, we don't carry evening bags anymore. There was one that I saw. It's called the Scala. So that gave me another show idea when I was doing my editing last night. I was like, oh, I need to do the leather bags that can pass as evening. Taiga leather and the damier. Oh, me too. For out of the men's collection, the Taiga and the Infinity were my favorite. Everyone has the Neverfull everywhere. And I took everyone has a fake Neverfull too, everywhere. I was in line for the rapid COVID test yesterday. It came out negative, thank God. But there's the lady in line. I was just like, oh honey, I can tell your Neverfull is fake. Not gonna say anything. But like, I don't hate it. I don't hate it either, because I still think it's a beautiful bag. But yeah, I know what you mean by everyone has it. And I have my favorite tote. I'm gonna show you guys. Baby, can you bring me my red bag? And even if I wanted a Neverfull, yeah, that one, it is never going to replace. This is my favorite tote. She's kind of beat up, and I spilled peanuts inside of it earlier. But this is my Henry Bendel. I wish this brand still existed. Yeah, some are screaming fake. But so this tote for me is better than Neverfull, because this zips all the way. So if I need to, sometimes I need to check it in, even at the bell desk, even if when you check your stuff at the bell desk, zips all the way. And then it has compartments inside. It has so many compartments inside, and the inside is purple. It's so pretty. So for me, like, this would have to fall apart completely for me to replace it with a Neverfull or a Goyard tote or any of those others that, you know, that people gravitate to. And I also have, what's it called? A small Longchamp tote that was from my mom's closet, which means it might be fake. I think it's real, but I never know with my mom. She was easily gullible. Okay, so thank you guys for all those good questions. Did I miss anything? Other dream bags. Randolph, I also love the twist and the camel. So check out my video from today, but I don't know that I would buy it. Yeah, so maybe number one is the Spring Street. Oh, I also want an Alma BB in pink. And I would debate this because I have seen it. There is one on Fashion File now for 1,500. I'm like, okay, that's reasonable. And it's vernis. And I keep seeing those becoming discolored for some reason. So it was like, okay, well, then maybe I should get the Epi pink. But I don't, I don't love it as much as the vernis. Anything Epi. Yeah, I know. Epi, you always see great deals for Epi. But yeah, the pink Alma BB is kind of like, yeah, that's kind of on my radar too. But we'll see. You got a Calvi. What's a Calvi? I don't know that. Thanks, silly. I'm all about my Henry Bundell red tote. People love it too. I get compliments on it all over the place. It probably needs a bath though, especially because I spilled a whole box of trail mix in there. Oops. Yes. Epi Speedies, anything Epi you will see for a bargain. There was a yellow Alma. I put that in a video too. That was like, I don't know, 1,100 for a PM. So like that was a good, or 1,200 for a PM, I think. But you can find great deals on the Epi. My friend got really lucky and she found an Alma PM for $100 at Goodwill. She came walking in the store and I was like, what is that? Oh, now the chats are coming in when I'm trying to say goodbye. Damier Azur Calvi from 2015. Oh, I have to look up. What is a low-key LV bag for summer? Low-key, what do you mean low-key? I would look at the bags for summer, the Azur, Damier Azur Propiano, I think is what it was called, the Propiano. I love the Damier Azur totes. So I would look at those because they're not screaming with the logo. Hermes change coin purse equals Calvi. Oh, okay. Thank you, Josh. Get a life. See, I've been out of it for a little bit. I don't know. I would just call it a coin purse. Oh, Randolph, also another dream bag. I know it's not a dream bag, but it's because I don't usually have bags on my radar, but I really love the Christmas animation that has the corgis. So I've already put it out there to my friends of like coin purse or mini pochette accessoire with the corgis. And part of my reasoning on that was that my mom loved corgis. So I've got to get that one. Hey, Simply Senora. Hey, girl. Hey, how are you? Oh, my gosh. She has been with me since I was doing live streams in 2015. Mwah. Thank you, friend, for being here. Rectangular bum bag is a classic. Ooh, that's hard to answer, but I do think the Tiger leather is like timeless. If you're asking in terms of like, so if it's in your closet and you're going to use it, then yes, it's a classic. If you're asking in terms of like, is this going to be social media popular forever? Then probably not, because social media is all about the monogram. But if it's something that you're using personally, then yes, absolutely. Senora, I like put on my makeup at the beginning. Speedy Damier Azur. Oh, wait, where did the message go? You're replacing the insert and replace with pouches. Oh, Sophia Allen took one of my suggestions. So actually an organizer company just contacted me about an organizer for my Speedy. So I'm gonna try it, but I'm glad you were listening. I don't have my pouches right now because I'll put them in different pouches. Like, okay, like this is my makeup brush case, but for example, because they're slim, and then I'll just grab one pouch and stick it in another bag because that kind of makes it easier for me. And then I find I'll put like the same items in each pouch for whichever one I have to grab. Okay, guys, thank you so much for being here. Suggestions on types of pouches. Oh, thank you. Senora has like been with me since my makeup day, so I like do my makeup at the beginning of these streams. You just miss me. Because that's what I like to do. Okay, so I know a lot of people are matchy-matchy. I have never, ever been matchy-matchy, hardly. And that's like everything. Like with when I was buying Tiffany, I never did earrings and necklace because it was too matchy-matchy. So I'm trying to do lives every Sunday at 5 p.m. But I might move them earlier. I think I've got to move them earlier because it's going to get dark because I usually record videos at 6 and it's going to get dark. So I'm going to move them earlier. So anyway, some people like to do all the LV pouches, like the cosmetics and the toiletries. And since I worked in cosmetics for so long, I have so many cosmetic pouches, and that's what I use. And then I still buy more, and I like them, and I like the ones that are like this big. I even have I'm like eyeballing now the Carolina Herrera. When Carolina Herrera was at Target, I've got a set of those. So I just like to collect them. Yeah, but none of those cheap Ipsy ones. They're all like good quality. Thank you. Yeah, so I will be, and I'll post it for you guys too when the time is. Like I'm probably gonna move it to 3 p.m. On Sundays. Oh, she's here. Come over here and say hi to Senora before we say goodbye. Baby, come here real quick, please. Thank you guys for popping in. Oh, Riz is here too. I see some of my makeup friends. Okay, they wanted to say hi. Look how big she is. I bought her clothes at Nordstrom and the receipt says big kid, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, this is wrong. You're still a baby. They gave me a big kid. I better go back to Nordstrom and find my baby.
Hi.
Hi, Riz. Alrighty, we're over time now. We're 52 minutes. I've got to go shoot my next video, so I will see you guys later. Oh, thank you. She's so tall. Yes, she is. I know. What happened? You were supposed to stay a little baby. And she says, like, didn't you know I was supposed to grow?
You grew.
But I'm your mommy. I bought you from Babies R Us. You're supposed to You're supposed to stay a baby.
Baby.
I bought her from Babies R Us with a gift card. That's the story.
My friends were babies.
I know. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining the live chats, and I will see you next week. Bye.